everyone. So today I'm here to do a little question and answer to answer all the questions you guys left for me on my 500 subscriber giveaway video. There were a lot of questions. I did not expect that many questions, so I'm going to be splitting this into two separate videos. So I'm going to be doing, this video is going to be on all the questions that you guys asked me about names and naming and anything that has to do with names, and then I'll make a separate video for all the personal questions you guys asked me, like where do you want to move or whatever like that. So yeah, today I'm going to be answering all of your name related questions, and there were a lot, so buckle in. This is going to be a long ride. Thank you for everyone who asked questions. I'm going to be like showing your comment somewhere around here, and if you want to, I can link it to your channel as well, so it can be a sort of shout out thing. Alright, so our first question comes from Courtney Lorraine, and she was actually the winner of the giveaway, so congratulations Courtney. I already notified her like 2 weeks ago, don't worry, but I was supposed to post this video like 2 weeks ago, but I didn't. I'm just very busy. Okay, so Courtney asks, she said a lot of nice stuff, and then she asked, my question for you is, what are your top 5 gender bender names for boys and for girls? So if you don't know, a gender bender name is basically a name that is typically used on one gender that you personally like for the other gender. For girls, I really love Finley, Elliot, Owen, Theo, and Sullivan. Sullivan's probably my favorite gender bender name ever because I think it's so adorable on a girl. And for boys, I love Alexis, Sadie, Aspen, Ruby, and Emerson. Yeah, my favorite for boys, I really like Ruby for boys. I don't know why, and I really like Rubius, but with the nickname Ruby. I think it's a really cute name for boys. But yeah, gender bender names are really cool and kind of controversial. So thank you for that question, Courtney. My next question comes from Molly Hill, and Molly asks, what do you think of the name Eden but spelled like this, Eden? So like spelled with a Y. I'm going to be completely honest, I don't really like it when people misspell names, or in this case almost a word that is very common and well known. So I prefer it, I really like the name Eden, but I prefer it with the E and not the Y because it's kind of like, it's a biblical name. It's a place name, so I don't really like the idea of misspelling it. The next question comes from Minted Life, and she asks, I would love to know what your favorite mythology name is and why. So I have a ton of favorite mythology names, but I'd have to say that my favorite is probably Leander. I love this sort of tragic story behind it, and I absolutely love the sound of it. You guys know that I love the name Alexander, and Leander is just kind of a really nice, unique alternative to it. And also, my last name is Lee, so it could definitely be a great way to honor my own family in a baby name. The next question comes from November May, and she asks, would you ever name your child a name that someone you don't like has? Like if you really like the name Taylor, but you know a Taylor that you don't like, would you still name your child Taylor? This is actually really funny because my arch nemesis in elementary school was named Taylor. I hated her so much. I was a very hateful child. Not really. I just didn't like her. No, in answer to that, no, I wouldn't name my child after somebody that I didn't like, because that's one of the reasons why I really like unique names, because it doesn't really have any negative associations for me. If I know someone who's kind of rubbed me the wrong way with a certain name, I automatically kind of dislike that name because I associate it with them. I would never name my child Taylor. It's not my favorite name to begin with, but just because I had a bad experience with a girl named Taylor. So the next question comes from Unsatisfied Eye. She actually has a really cool crafty YouTube channel. I love watching her videos. So she says, when did you start loving names so much, and what was the first name you've ever liked? Okay, so I don't remember a specific time when I started loving names. I always kind of love names. I've kind of went over this in another video, a name tag. I've just always loved names. I can't remember a time when I didn't love names. The first name I remember like really loving was probably Hyacinthia. It's just, yeah, it was my favorite name as a child, and the name of my first doll. And a similar question comes from JRG229, and they ask, what were your favorite names as a child? So besides Hyacinthia, I really remember loving Bridget, Beatrice, what else? I remember liking the name Melanie too. And I actually, a couple days ago, I came across this book in my room. It's just a little old notebook, very 90s. And I guess I had written a list of names. I'm not sure if these were my favorite names or just names that I liked or had come across, but there's just this little list of names in it. I've crossed off a few. And so it says Terry, Leah, Tammy, Kelsey, Sheila, Laya, Marissa. I put a check mark next to that one, must have liked it. Bridget, Lauren, Fern, Tara up here crossed out, and Leslie, I think. Yeah, and there's another one crossed out here, Audrey. Yeah, so those were some names that I guess kind of interested me because I wrote them down. I don't really remember liking some of these names. I remember liking Fern, Bridget, I remember liking Marissa and Leslie, but I don't really remember Tammy or Terry. I don't know where that came from. That sounds a little bit trashy to me actually right now. But yeah, those are some of the names that I like. So Jessica Marie asks, what is your favorite celebrity baby name? So my favorite celebrity baby name is definitely Elsie Otter. I think that is the most adorable baby name ever, and that's the name of Zooey Deschanel's daughter. I love the fact that Elsie is a really like beautiful, classy name, and then you just have Otter in there. It's kind of an unexpected middle name. The next question comes from Lennon Zest. I love that username. It's like lemon zest, but Lennon, very punny. So Lennon Zest asks, what is your favorite nature name? This is a very easy question for me to answer. My favorite nature name is definitely Juniper. Juniper has always been my favorite nature name. I just have always found it to be such a whimsical and beautiful name. I love the nickname options. I love how spunky it is. It's definitely getting more popular though, so I probably wouldn't actually use it, but it's still my favorite nature name. The next question comes from Nidea Bird. She says, what YouTube name channels do you follow? I follow basically every YouTube name channel that exists, that I know of at least. So I'm just going to list a couple of my favorites. My favorite name channel is definitely Ruby Sharp's channel. She's kind of not been doing name videos lately though, but I love her name videos, and she is the one who inspired me to start making name videos because I just loved her so much. I also really love Amelia Everything Baby Names. I find her videos to be very informative and helpful. Baby Names Buzz is pretty cool. Tulip by Any Name. Elena J. Engel, I love her videos too. She has a lot of interesting, unique names on her channel. I'll actually link all of these channels below because they're really cool name channels, and if you like my channel, you'll probably like theirs too, and you're probably already subscribed to them since you like names. There aren't that many name channels out there. So the next question comes from It's Alex, and he asks, or she asks, not sure if it's a he or a she, how do you feel about the name Davin? Davin. I think Davin is a very nice name. I'd use it for a boy. I'm not sure if it's meant for a boy, but I think it sounds really handsome as a boy's name. I think it's cool. It kind of reminds me of David a little bit, and yeah, it's a really cool sounding name. The next question comes from Holly Tharnish, and she asks, if you were to change your name, what would you change it to and why? I think I got another question like this as well. I'm sorry that I'm not answering both. This is really tough because I've thought about this a lot. When I was little, I used to always want to change my name to Jennifer because I thought that Jenna was just too boring, I like Jennifer better. I don't know why. Now I would not change my name to Jennifer. I prefer Jenna to Jennifer. But I think if I had to, I'd probably just change it to Genevieve. I really like the name Genevieve. I'd probably call myself Genevieve Carmina because my nonna's name is Carmina, and I'm kind of really upset that my parents didn't name either me or my sister after family members. Our names are pretty meaningless. Like, they just kind of, I feel like they just looked at like a book of 90s baby names and chose like 2 random names, because my name is Jenna Amanda and my sister's name is Alyssa Amber, which are very, very 90s names. So yeah, I would really like to be called Genevieve Carmina. I think that's pretty. And finally, the last question comes from Lena Likes Yoga, and she asks, what is the weirdest name that you've ever heard? Okay, I've heard quite a few strange baby names, but honestly, on the whole, most of the people that I know have picked very, very normal baby names, and which is kind of boring for me because I absolutely love hearing about strange baby names. But most of my family members and friends have very normal names. However, I went to school with a girl who was named Joanna, and like I don't even know where that name came from. Like, I think her mom might have made it up or something. She was not a very nice girl, but other than that, yeah, that's probably the strangest name I've ever heard, Joanna. Yeah, I've obviously heard of weirder names, like, but out of people that I know, that's the weirdest one. I was actually looking at the US like popularity list, like beyond the top 1,000, and somebody named their child like Precious Baby or something. And that's really weird. Like, people actually just name their child like something baby, like Sweet Baby, or like that's insane. That's insane. I think that's crazy. Yeah, so thank you for all of your questions. I am so thankful to have over 500 of you watching my videos. I will be back soon enough with a video on a video answering all of your personal questions about me and my life. Yeah, and that will be fun. I hope you really enjoyed this, and if you have any additional questions, you can just ask them below. I actually have an email that you can email if you have like baby name questions. I also have paid name consultations through my blog where I can actually go in depth helping you find the perfect name. But if you just have a simple question, you can just ask it in the comments below, or you can email me at advice@namingthebaby.com. So thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing, and I hope you are having a wonderful day. Bye!